Redditors who accidentally sent a family member a nude, what was the aftermath? For context, my mom had some life-threatening medical issues when I was a kid, so there were a few month-plus long periods where we rarely saw her. One night, I got a text from her that says, "Send me a pic of you stroking it in bed." I thought she wanted a picture of me and my dog snuggling, as he slept with me and was the cutest sleeper. I usually sent her one every few days, even when she was home. It also doubled as her way to make sure I was following my bedtime. I was taking the picture, and I get a follow-up, "Ignore that," text. At the same time, my dad opens my door so hard the hinges break. He says, "You get a text from mama?" I say yeah, and he says, "It wasn't meant for you." And leaves. I felt weird about it for days, even though it was years before I figured it out. I happened to live across the street at the time and a dirty message meant for my now wife was sent to my mother. Luckily for me my mom is notorious for ignoring her phone, so I sprinted across the street and said, "Hey, where is your phone?" She told me it was on her desk, so I calmly walked over, unlocked it and deleted the message. In response to the look of confusion I told her, deleted a message that was meant for now wife. And left it at that. Well, I did send a nude by accident. But it wasn't of me. My buddy and I always troll each other with funny pictures without context. Sometimes he will send me a gif of a monkey pissing in its own mouth, and then I would reply with a gif of Ace Ventura when he walks out of the bathroom soaking wet. One day he sends me a picture of some elderly woman completely nude, holding a sign that says, "Send me a sugar daddy." I almost spit out my drink. It was a good one, so I googled "old man sagging balls" and started looking through a bunch of funny naked pictures of old men to send back. At the same time that I was flipping through Google's nude elderly man catalog, my mom was texting me about some restaurant plans for dinner that weekend, and I'm trying to jump between her questions and the wrinkly nutsack museum. I find this glorious picture of an old man with his balls hanging down to his knees, with a huge bush you wouldn't believe. I grab the link and respond with that. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you can guess, I didn't send the picture to my friend. Instead, I responded to my mom's question of, "Have you decided on what you are going to wear tonight?" with a picture of the most disgruntled-looking geezer, ballsack sagging down and nearly blowing in the wind. I saw her start typing, but she backspaced it and stopped. A few moments later she responds, "Well, if you plan on showing up like that you may as well not come at all." I burst out laughing. At least she was a good sport about it. I gave my sister my old iPhone. I'm 25, she's 22. She didn't realize that her photos were uploading to my cloud, and when I went to send a photo to a coworker, at work mind you, I see her pasty ass. I immediately text her and was like, "Stop taking photos." She called me and asked if I was okay, and I told her what was happening. She responded with, "My ass look good though," and I died laughing. Love my sis, but Christ. I once sent a pic to a GF in college when we were home for break. Only I searched her contact by last name and accidentally sent it to her mom. Thankfully it was late and she was able to sneak into her parents' room and delete it before they saw. I didn't send a nude. I was in the shower, about age 15, and I heard the phone ring. My best friend had a habit of calling while I was showering. So, I bolted out naked as the day I was born to grab the phone before she hung up. I didn't realize pretty much my entire dad's side of the family was visiting my terminally ill mother. They saw it all. My aunt jokingly said, "Well, dang, I didn't know there was gonna be a show." And someone said, "We were just joking when we said you'd grow up to be a stripper." I had to do a walk of shame back to the bathroom as well. It was laughed off and it hasn't been brought up since. Grandpa had a heart attack and died. I don't actually know if that's at all related. I did accidentally send him a pic, and he died the day after, but he was also well into his 90s and that may have just been nature taking its course. We will never know. When I was a boy my sister was gifted a digital camera. These were pretty cool back then. Being a little boy I decided to play with it and took a photo of my thingy. I forgot to delete it and my stepdad was messing with it, saw the picture and exploded thinking my sister had a boy over. She got in trouble and then my mom said, "You what a loser." I uploaded a sex tape to the family album by autosync accidentally but quickly deleted it after the mistake. Then through a friend we discovered the sex tape was uploaded and circulating around various porn sites with my cousin's face deepfaked onto mine so it looked like he's doing it to my girlfriend. That was a year ago and we still have not confronted him regarding it. Should also point out that he does not at all seem to be the creepy type. My grandpa accidentally sent a DP to his granddaughter, my cousin. Grandpa was horny and didn't quite know how to text. Hit the wrong name. We've kind of chose to ignore it, and allowed uncle and aunt to handle it. Not a family member, but this happened recently. I accidentally uploaded a video to my Snapchat story at like 5 a.m. one night. I woke up around 8:30 a.m. to my brother calling me with like 30 missed calls and a few texts from friends. The panic and fear that set in that moment was insane. My heart was racing. I got it deleted, but whoever is up early mornings and checks Snapchat saw it. I got a message from an unknown number from someone I probably knew from high school or college telling me not to do that, as if it were on purpose. I know somewhere someone has a video of it. It's pretty hard to think about, but try not to let it get to me. One time I thought I had mastitis and I took a picture of my boob to send to my midwife so she could confirm. Later, I was trying to show my family how to find the shared albums and I sent a screenshot of the photo app with all the albums showing. In doing so, I accidentally sent a small picture of my boob to my mom, grandma, and my brother. My mom and grandma didn't really care, but my brother was like, "Ew, gross." We never spoke of it again. I'm just thankful it was a small photo and only of my boob and not anything else. Just this past Christmas I accidentally sent my cousin more than just a couple photos thinking I was messaging my fiancé. It was the night before our family party too. She never responded and I was so nervous. I was unloading food and presents from the car when she pulled up. We awkwardly made small talk and she asked me what kind of food I brought. I told her and there was a slight pause and she smirks and says, "You also brought that cake." We had a good laugh, and she said not to worry about it. I still cringe. I showed everything in those photos. Everything. My ex sent a dick pic what he thought was to me while I was on the phone with him. After about 2 minutes I asked him where it was. He went to investigate to see if it got caught in limbo and then there was silence. Him, oh. Fuck. Oh fuck I know. Me, what's wrong? Him, I sent the picture to my mom. Oh God, she saw it. Oh God, she's replying. Me, oh my God, what? How did you even do that? Him, my mom was the last one I texted and I didn't look before I sent it. Oh God, I'm going to die from embarrassment. His mom was replied with, I guess this wasn't meant for me. Maybe if you can't send a picture like this to the right person, you shouldn't be sending them at all. I had my coworker delete this because I didn't know how. Now she's seen your wiener too. Clean your room, by the way. This was a major fail that wasn't on purpose, but could have been so much worse. I just recently left my children's dad and was deep in discovery around Tinder and sexting. The last time I'd been single was 2003, so I had a lot of catching up to do. I took a picture of my vagina at the urging of one of my sexting buddies, but deleted it. My 2-year-old daughter used my phone a bit, so I went in to delete it from deleted items, and all the deleted items were gone. I knew I hadn't deleted them. I suddenly realized that my 10-year-old had got a new iPad and maybe the photos had synced. I could have just not said anything, but my son came home from school and I asked him if the pics showed up on his iPad. He said, yes, there was a picture of your vagina. It was so gross. Why did you take a picture of that? I made up some excuse about thinking I had a pimple on there and needing to see it, and apologized and unsynced the pics, not sure how that had been turned on. I said, look, I'm very sorry about that, but the pictures somehow synced and I've unsynced them. He said, it was really embarrassing cause I had my iPad at school and went to show some boys a meme I'd deleted and then I saw that. I quickly deleted everything and nobody saw it. I was dying. But we navigated it. 6 years later, he's 16 with a girlfriend and the other day said, there was no pimple, was there, Mom? I said, yeah, sorry about that. He said, it's good that I blocked the whole thing from my memory and can't remember what it looked like. One time when I was a very horny 12 or 13 years old, I took naked pictures of myself in my grandparents' bathroom on my grandfather's digital camera. I'm talking fully naked, face and everything. I forgot to delete them, I was horny. Later that day, my grandpa was showing some relatives the photos on the camera. They were all enjoying their vacation photos, but then I remember them all turning to me and being like, what is this? And I had no idea what they were talking about until they started really hinting at it. And then, I realized what I had done. No one ever confronted me about it. But I'm fully aware that they all talked about it behind my back for sure. I was a young weirdo.